Betsy, and today we have a fun video. We're going to be testing out the new Nomad Cosmetics America's Parks palette. Now, I have actually already used this palette on camera. I did a live and used this, and I think that this palette is stunning, but we're going to do a full-on review and demo, and I am super excited about this because the concept behind the travel destination, which is America's Parks, my friend Steven came up with. Now, this palette retails for $39, and if you use the code Steven10, that will save you 10% off of it. That's my friend's code. And this is beautiful. It is 15 shades. It has a 12-month shelf life. It is vegan and cruelty-free, and on their website it says that it's free of parabens, phthalates, and mineral oil, and there's no talc or gluten, and it's 100% plastic-free packaging and made of over 80% recycled cardboard. So this is the color story on the inside, and it is a beaut. So as I said, we're gonna start off by swatching. I forgot to grab a wipe, but you know how it goes. And I have swatched this on camera before on that live, but we're gonna do it again today in case you missed it. So first off, we have the shade Old Faithful, which is a mustard yellow. Then we have Kanhoya Valley, I think is how you say that. It's hard for me to read these. This is a yellow peach duochrome. Then we have Everglades, which is a lime green. Then we have Acadian Lighthouse. This is a beautiful color. That teal blue shimmer. Okay. Then we have South Run, which is an eggplant. There we go. Then we have Mammoth Cave, or Mammoth Cove, I'm not sure, which is a gold. Teton Range, which is a brown or bronze shimmer. The Hoth Rainforest, which is a beautiful green. Okay, let's wipe away those. Then we have the Mount Denali, which is a pewter gray. Isn't that pretty? Big Bend, which is definitely my favorite color in this palette. See that Big Bend is like mauve, but I don't know. It's got some gold, some pink. It's just a really unique shade. Then we have Giant Redwoods, which to me is like a true Texas orange. Okay. Then we have Delicate Arch. That is a beautiful, like that peachy pink duochrome. The shimmers in here are phenomenal, but so are the mattes. Then we have Blue Ridge Parkway. That's Jeremy's aunt lives in North Carolina, and they live next to the Blue Ridge Parkway. Then we have the Narrows. This is a beautiful color too. It's that copper shimmer, and then last but not least is Half Drove, I think, which is just a brown matte. So this is all 15 of the shades. The shimmers really are what excite me the most out of this. I mean, the mattes are gorgeous and the mattes are pretty. It's just, let's be honest, I am a girl who loves shimmer. I'm a girl who loves glitter, and this is definitely, the shimmers in here are what excite me. So I have already primed my eyes with the NARS Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base in light. So now we're gonna take and do an eye look. So I'm excited for this. So first off, I'm grabbing, this is a Kaleidos S2, so it's a blending brush. And we're gonna go into the shade Old Faithful first, which is that mustardy yellow. And we're going to apply that to the front half of the eyes. I keep getting drawn into the mustard yellow, well, the yellows and stuff in general. But I have been loving yellow for the summer. Well, I'm sure you can tell I've done a lot of looks lately. If it's got a good yellow and it's like, hey, get on my eyeballs, get on my level. But you can see how pretty that is. I mean, that just blends out like a dream. There's no catching. I mean, it just goes on the way that it's supposed to. And that's kind of what you want from eyeshadow, or at least that's what I want, is I want to be able to kind of just go grab the colors that I think are gonna work for the look that I wanna do, and I just want them to work. I don't want to spend 5 hours trying to make an eyeshadow palette work. This is a Cliona blending brush. There's no name on it. So we're gonna go into the shade Everglades, not Evergreen, which is that limey green shade, and we're going to apply that on the back half of our lid. Isn't that pretty? Such a pretty color. And I'm just applying that there. See how easily that blends? I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Okay. So now we're gonna do the same thing on the other eye. I love, love, love how easily these blend. But yeah, I mean, that's all that I want from eyeshadow. I want it to have enough pigment, I want it to be easy to blend, and I want it to have sparkle. If you got those things, I will probably like you. Okay, I'm going back into Old Faithful and adding a little bit more to the front. Make sure it's all blended into the green. I love the green. I love, love, love the green. But y'all know I have a love affair with green eyeshadow. So now I'm gonna go into the BK Beauty 202, and we're gonna go into Blue Ridge Parkway, which is that deeper green. And we're just going to take and apply that to the outer V, but really keeping it nice and tight in there. Poke yourself in the eye, but don't poke yourself in the eye, if that makes sense. The 202 brushes are some of my favorite brushes for doing the outer corner, because you can really get in there if you've got some deep set or you've got some hooded eyes, and it goes right in where you want it to, and it doesn't put shadow too far out. It just kind of does exactly what you expect. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back in with the limey green. Blend over my edges. Okay, go back in for our mustard just a little bit. What do you think? I love the green. I love the green. But again, I have said it a bajillion times. I could be biased because I love, love, love green eyeshadow. Like, it is one of my favorites. Okay, next up, I'm gonna grab the NYX Glitter Glue, and we're gonna apply this all over the lid. There we go. And just pat that out. But yeah, I used several of the more neutrally shades in my first look with this palette. But I can tell you for sure, because I worked out after that, it will last all day long. So now we're gonna go into Hot Run Forest, I think, which is that green metallic. And we're going to apply that. There we go. On the bulk of the lid. Isn't that pretty? It is such a beautiful color. And I always use glitter glue. It just makes my job so much easier using glitter glue. So I'm just kind of tapping it onto the edge just to make sure. Pat, pat, pat. And see, I kind of have to go back in and apply it into the cracks of my eyes, because that's the fun of getting old. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, so next I'm gonna go into Mammoth Cove, which is that gold, that true gold. And we're going to apply that just ever so slightly on the front half of the lid. Okay. There we go. Okay, so this is the top of the eyes done. I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna do the rest of my face. We'll come back and do the lower lash line and talk about my thoughts on the palette. I'm back and I have the rest of my face on. I used the Kaleidos lip clay in the shade Dune on my lips. I used the ColourPop BFF gel cream eyeliner in Sunnyvale under my eyes. The Glow Wish by Huda Beauty in Tan Light number 3. The Pat McGrath Labs Divine Nude or Nude Venus blush, and then for highlight I use Kitten by Stila, and this is one of those Heaven's Hue ones. I've had this forever. It's like one of those putty ones, but this has like a real, I have this one in the bronze one. They have like a really pretty shiny glow. Just try to remember to use some of my older products because we all know how that goes. Tend to forget. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that green shade, which is Everglades, that limey green, and I'm going to place that under my eyes because I wanna look like a swampy swamp queen. The Everglades, the Everglades are a swamp. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. We have swamps here. Swamps, marshland, that kind of thing. So that is definitely something I tend to think about. Look how, like, see how easy that is? I mean, it's not nothing major, and it doesn't have to be. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna take and grab, this is a Sigma E70 eye shading brush, and I'm going back in with Everglade. See how I'm just adding a bit more color. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna grab my big powder brush and make sure it's all blended. There we go. Now let's do something in the inner corner. We're gonna go into Canhoga Valley, which is that yellow shimmer. Look how pretty, y'all. Isn't that gorgeous? I think that is a beautiful, beautiful color. So there we go. And the brush I'm using is the ColourPop E10. It's just like a small pencil brush. I'm gonna grab, I sprayed it to make it so it's not so crumbly. And then I'm just dabbing and picking up. See how tiny this brush is? It is perfect for inner corner highlight. I love a good tiny little inner corner brush for that. Okay, so this is the completed look. What do you think? I think it is absolutely stunning, and I am in love with this palette. It's $39 if you get 10% off. That makes it what, $35.60? So that's not a bad price. I think that the quality is amazing. If you're looking for a palette like this, this would definitely be something I would recommend. Don't forget to use the code Steven10 if you do decide to pick this up or any of Nomad's other palettes. But I guess that's it. So we shall see y'all later.